Hello there, and welcome to the Wandering Wolf YouTube channel. I'm your host, Mark Rhodes, and with me, as always, looking rather tanned. I think he's been in the garden. Nice sunshine, Mr. Craig Fullwood. How are you, mate? You all right?
I'm great, mate. I'm great.
Yeah,
Absolutely superb on this fine Sunday afternoon.
Yeah,
absolutely buzzing.
Well, actually,
after that, mate.
well, we should be really, because let's be honest. After the first half, I think the last thing on our mind was a 2-1 victory. Yeah, I wanted to declare. Yeah. I wanted to go. Oh, just take the 1-0 and go away. But yeah, we've just beat Brighton 2-1, which is brilliant. What were your thoughts on the game?
Well, to be honest, I wasn't really looking forward to it. I wasn't excited by it in any way, shape, or form.
Neither was I.
I thought, the season's done, whatever. I thought when I saw the lineup, that sort of got the juices flowing a bit. And
I agree.
Thought, hang on a minute, this is a bit more like it. This is great. And then obviously the first half performance happens, and you're like, no, it's all gone again. I don't care about this anymore.
I know.
And it was just more of the same, wasn't it? I mean, poor defending and couldn't seem to get anything going too well. But then obviously, second half, absolutely fantastic. And obviously credit where it's due.
Yeah.
Traore coming on, changed the game.
He just did. He just did.
He did really well. Some of he was actually beating players and doing something useful with it. Not every time, but more often, which was great to see. And that's one of the most frustrating things about him. You know what? He doesn't do that enough. That's the whole point.
Well,
I don't just get on his back for no reason.
I know. I
know what he's got. He can do that, and that's why it's so frustrating, because I know he can. And then obviously got my soft spot for MGW, as you know.
You do.
And I thought he was absolutely sensational today. And I'm so glad he scored, because it means everyone will forget the miss. Although it was a rubbish layoff from Traore is what I'm going with. Which is why he skied it.
Like Ronnie Rosenthal.
Yeah, I'm chuffed to bits for him, and I hope he'll get a good run. And fantastic. Yeah, 3 points with Wood. Brilliant. I'm sort of shocked by it. I feel good again.
I know what you mean. After that first half, it all felt a bit Burnley-esque. And the difference was with Brighton, they didn't really have anything to play for either. So it was kind of very stagnant, like the defending for their goal, like on set pieces. The fact that Neves was marking Dunk was just like, what is going on? And what is the deal, before we go into all the positives, what is the deal with short corners? My God. Like, what is going on? I know we've got a short team, but why on earth are they continuing to play with the short corners? It just makes no sense.
Every single time as well. It's not even like, let's mix it up or try something. Every time. And it's every time it happens, like a piece of me dies. I think,
I know.
Why?
It was awful, wasn't it?
I think somebody's been calling for it on Twitter. I think, like, can we see some stats about how successful these are?
They'll be damning stats, I think.
That it's an opportunity. When you win a corner, you're going forward. You win a corner, it's like, yes, come on, we've got an opportunity here.
I never
Put the ball in the box. Somebody attack it. But like over the last few months, it's like, what? Well, a corner is basically a goal kick, isn't it? So,
I've got to say though, mate. Like the first 10 minutes of the first half, I thought we played really well. I thought we were passing the ball around. We looked on it. We looked like we wanted to get into space. We looked like we were passing to feet. There was a lot of movement, and then the sucker punch came from a set piece, which we've been absolutely dreadful all season, marking at set pieces. And then Brighton, after the gut, it sucked all our energy from us, and we were holding on, really, weren't we? And the only turning point really was when Vitinha and Silva combined. Was it Vitinha or was it MGW? I don't know. But when Dunk got sent off, that's what I'm saying. Like, it probably the easiest red card in the world to give ever. It was so. But that's lost them the game, really, hasn't it? Like if you think about it,
Yeah.
Silva may have scored that chance, and or he might have missed it, and they've still got 11 players on the pitch, and as soon as they get a corner, he scores another header.
Yeah,
so
he was a massive loss for him, wasn't he?
He was huge. He's a massive player in like every sense of the word for them. And I did think, like, if we didn't get at least a point today after playing, for 30 minutes with them having 10 men and their captain sent off, then, put a fork in me. I'm done, mate. Like, so we shouldn't get too overexcited about beating them 2-1. I think we've done the job, and
like
we've got to give Nuno credit for that.
Yeah, as soon as he got sent off, it was like, right, you should be going on to beat them.
Absolutely.
But you've still got to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Got to actually do it. And thankfully today we've actually done it. So credit to him. We look good. Like you say, we started well. Never really got into the game properly, but then we turned it around, and thankfully we've got it. So I think there's a lot more positives today. Than there has been.
I agree. Would we have said that if we would have not taken it, if Morgan Gibbs-White wouldn't have took his chance, and we would have ended up on 1-1? Probably. I think so. I think so.
I think we just be damning his miss, wouldn't we?
Yeah, that's true. And he would have been a shame because he was man of the match for me. He was our man of the match.
Well, they gave it on BBC to Traore, which I was a bit.
He did. To be fair, mate, he did absolutely change the game. And like me and you have been guilty of giving that bloke absolute. Well, we say that he's terrible almost every video, but the thing is, with this performance and them being down to 10 men, it wasn't a stroke of genius from Nuno because we kind of needed to get him on anyway. But when he came on, those fullbacks, like, they didn't have a clue how to handle him. Like, they really didn't. And that goal he scored and Silva's touch and like the 1-2, it was super. And that's what he can do. And that's what he can do. And that's, as you said, why it is so frustrating watching him. But you look at the games that he's actually got points for us. Like, we probably have 9 less points if it wasn't for Adama Traore. So,
Well, we have hammered him a lot, and we've had a lot of comments on the videos about, what about this and what about that. But the thing for me is,
as well.
I know, absolutely, but I know it's in his locker to do a performance that he's done today. You just don't see it. You just don't see it. But when he does do it, it's amazing. Like, he was brilliant. So,
do you think he's playing for a contract? Do you think he started playing for a contract? What is going on with that? Because, like, I don't actually know if we're going to keep him or not.
I think he'd have been so annoyed to be sub.
Do you think?
I think that just showed in his. I think he probably thinks he's better than where he is. Probably, I'd say.
What, like Diego Jota? You heard his comments. He said, you have to go back two steps. I don't know. I lost it, mate. I was like, how dare you say we're not as big as Atletico Madrid and Porto? Oh. It's fair. I must admit, when I thought back, I was like, well.
No, I wasn't a fan of those comments, mate, to be honest. No.
Yeah, I know. But a lot of people will disagree, but I still think there's no need. There's no need for that. There's no need for that. But, he's gone now. He's gone.
That's in the past. Don't live in the past. Don't live in the past like the BBC commentators who camera cuts to Steve Paul. Oh, wouldn't they love to take 30 years off him and have him? I'm like, please stop with that.
Please, it's like he's about 50 odd. Yeah, of course we would. But the thing is, with today's performance, the youngsters shone for me again, and it's no coincidence for me that we took 4 points from a possible 6 with them playing this way, and we know if we play 4 at the back, we're going to be susceptible. It's like Danny Welbeck, who is like, he's not exactly fast, is he? Was like really skinning Cody. Like, Cody had like 10 yards on him. And like Danny Welbeck was just going, see you later. And he was like, my God, he's stationary, Cody is. And Kilman's not exactly the fastest. But I've got to say, Kilman, again, I know I'm a lover of the big man, but my God, some of the challenges, like, he just went in there and he gave it. And like that, for me, that's my partnership. Like, well, it's not my partnership. Kilman and Bolly, when Bolly's got over COVID, apparently.
Yeah. So
But
where do you stand on Cody going forward then?
I don't want him in my team.
You don't?
No. I like the only reason for me, the only reason why he's in the team is because of how verbal he is as a captain. Like, and that's not good enough for me. Like, I don't want to keep like throwing certain players under the bus, but for me, the spine of the team for our players that should be doing it week in, week out, they are not doing their job. Cody, Patricio was fine today, got nothing. To be honest, he had 3 shots on target to save. He had no chance with the goal. Patricio, fine. Cody isn't good enough for me in a back 4, but we should be playing a back 4. Matinho wasn't that great today. He lost possession a few times. Don't get me started on Neves. Neves is a shadow of the player that he was. He tries these Hollywood 60-yard balls that just and get him off free kicks for me. Like, he is like, you can only go off, the Arsenal free kick or the Derby goal or the Sheffield United. Like, if I hear another commentator say, "Oh, this is Neves shooting range," it's not because he hasn't scored one in about 18 months. So
they don't watch Wolves week in, week out.
I know, it's ridiculous.
They remember Derby or whatever. Or, you're right, he's a shadow, mate. He's a shadow.
He really is.
I don't know really where I stand on Neves at the moment, but he's getting more and more frustrating as the weeks go by for me.
Did he have COVID as well, though? I think we've been... that's the thing. I think this long COVID thing, I'm not making an excuse for anyone, but I really do believe that it does take something out of a player. Like, and you could see that with Bolly against Burnley. Like, I know he's had a few mistakes in his locker, but my God, he looked like he was on a different planet.
Maybe we shouldn't give him too much stick then.
No, exactly. Until we know the full. But I thought Silva was really good today. I thought you could go through all the youngsters. Like, Hove was really good for me. Aït-Nouri was really good.
I like them too. I think the only one we're not signing is Jose, isn't it? For me.
Do you see his first touch? His first touch for that ball, he passed it back to the keeper. All he needed to do was take it, kill it and shoot. Like, and I know he'd only been on for about 5 minutes, but you've got at least make the goalkeeper work from that beautiful pass. Like, he's had too many chances now. He's got to go, hasn't he? He's got to go. And thank God we didn't pay for him. That's why loaning him was actually a stroke of genius, because we can send him back.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got to go for me. But the others, I think there's something there to work with. And probably a few weeks ago I wasn't sure, but now I think Aït-Nouri's growing into the role better. His defending probably needs a bit of work, but he's going forwards positive.
Yeah,
and linking up with everybody. He's good. He's young and fast and whatever. So I think that'll come. Hoover, like you say, played well for me again.
I thought he did.
Not the finished article yet by any means, but he's there's a player there to work with. So feeling a bit more positive about. We just need to obviously make the right additions in the summer.
Yeah, I think it's a huge summer for us. Like, I personnel wise, good God, like I really do think the future is bright. If the future is orange, one there for your dads. But I really do. When you look at Vitinha, who we absolutely 100% must sign, we must sign him. Pedence, I didn't think was that good. As soon as he went off, Traore was the one that made the difference. So maybe Pedence doesn't play the next game. I'd swap Pedence for a Traore, if I'm being perfectly honest, and just switch it around. Otasowie be in the team instead of Neves for me. I'd play Otasowie and Matinho in the centre, because I think Matinho would look after him. Do you know what I mean?
It'd be good experience for him. Yeah,
absolutely. But Silva for me, he's the number one striker for us now. without question. I don't even think it's a thought process in Nuno's mind. No, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, because some of the touches, I thought he was great today. I thought he was
Yeah, he's
really good.
unlucky. Yeah, I thought he's unlucky not to get his goal. I suppose it would have been nice for him to score today, but it's what he does. It's what his link-up play with Traore was excellent, wasn't it? So
yeah,
he's definitely coming on. So it's all positive signs for me.
Yeah, but do you think when Bolly comes back, Nuno, I know the answer to this, but I'll ask it anyway. If he does play a 4, there is any chance that he plays Bolly and Kilman in defence and not Cody? Is there any chance at all? Your laughter suggests not.
Well, like you say, you know the answer to that already.
I know, man.
Unfortunately, you know the answer because he should try it. He should try it. He's not gonna drop Cody for me. I don't think. Although he probably should. He's probably the answer, I'd say.
Yeah. Bearing in mind the 3 games that we've got left, Everton, Tottenham, Man United. Does he go back to a 5? Does he carry on with this 4 at the back? Because I'm telling you, like, I wouldn't play a 4 at the back against those teams, not unless you want to get spanked 6.
I can't see him reverting back now.
Do you not? Well, I hope you're right, mate. Like, I hope you are.
Yeah, I think he'll stick with the kids. I mean,
he's got no choice, really, has he?
Well, no, not really. But so what? Who it is? That's the way we want to play. Whether we don't pick up another point now, we're still going to be there or thereabouts.
Yeah. I'd like to come 12th if possible. I'd like to come top of the bottom half of the league, if at all possible. Like if we could scrape together 50 points, I think that's a fantastic season.
Absolutely.
And that's asking for 5 points at your next 3 games against some really good teams. But you know what? We've done it before. Like I can't. I don't know. I can't see us winning another game, really. Like the only reason, I don't want to put a damper or anything, the only reason we've beaten Brighton today is because their best player and captain and their threat from corners was sent off in the 60th minute. That's the reason, isn't it? Because they just basically sat back and wanted to soak up pressure.
So who we got next?
I think we've got Everton next, haven't we? Or Tottenham.
Everton. Sorry, Everton.
Yeah. We've got 2 away games.
Or is that in the week or next weekend?
I don't know, mate. I'll have to look. But
I think it's next weekend. But yeah, I think I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. It could go either way. I mean, depends who he plays, what formation. Again, obviously, if there's too much tinkering, we might get battered again on one of those days. But if he carries on with what it is, and the youngsters are trying to prove themselves and are hungry for it, I think we might get some surprises.
You know what, mate? I actually, this is my take on it. I truly believe that now we're on 45 points and we've got these games. I really do think that you should just play the kids from now on, because I just think that there's no point in playing the back 5 and taking out some of the players that, because Vitinha's not going to play, I don't think, if we play a back 5, or he'll go to he's tried and tested Moutinho and Neves in the middle, which sorry, mate. I just think Neves hasn't done enough.
Has Gibbs White got now? How much confidence will he
Gibbs
have
White's got forward?
He
has got to start.
He'll be running around like a crazy man.
Yeah.
And I'll just keep it as it is. I mean, like you say, probably switch off the Sawi in for Neves, probably.
After Sawi for Neves and Traore for Podence.
Yeah,
that'd be my team, actually.
Podence has lost his head. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, and same formation as well. I don't know. Brighton, they're a nice looking team, aren't they? They play some really nice football, and some of the passing that they were doing in the final third against our defence, which, let's be honest, the 2 centre halves, they're not the most mobile in the world. They were just playing around them, weren't they? And that's the big issue for me. We need to buy a world-class centre half. We really do. And I know, they're few and far between. And if they do, they go to Man City and become the best centre half in the world. But do you know what I mean? We need a proven, seasoned centre back that can partner either Kilman or Bolly and get rid of Cody. And that's what I think. And because I think our fullbacks, I think we're fine. We've got
With Cody,
some.
do you think he's going to stay and be a bit part player in the squad?
He ain't get no.
Or is he going to move on?
But mate, like the only way that Cody leaves Wolves is if Nuno goes. Nuno loves Cody that much. I just think he's like the heart and soul of that team.
Yeah.
And like, but whether we believe it or not, or agree with it or not, Cody, without question, he's the nucleus of that team. Well, you heard it on the commentary. Like you said, all they could hear was Cody. There ain't anybody else on that team that is as vocal as him. And that gives him some sway, man. Well, you see, Gareth Southgate's going to take him on that alone to the Euros because it ain't because of his performances the last few weeks.
No.
Is he? But he'll still take him because he's going to be good in the dressing room. And that's the kind of power that I suppose Cody has. Yeah. His confidence is bigger than his ability, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Which I don't mind. Like, it works to a certain degree, but it's only worked today because they lost a man after 60 minutes and they weren't attacking anymore because they wanted to shut up shop and get their win.
Yeah.
You're
right.
Right. What do you think going forward is the best scenario? I know we're talking about playing the kids, but for the last 3 games, what would you like to see? What would be your perfect scenario going forward? Team-wise, I suppose.
I think like we just said, the only I'd stick with how it was today, but I'd drop Neves for Rotasawi and I'd have Traore for Podence.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'd just stay with it. I'd just stick with it. I wouldn't start going back and, go back to a 5 or
I don't think. Yeah, I think you're right.
I'd just stick with it. See how we go. Even if we lose all 3,
yeah,
I know that's not ideal. I don't think we will lose all 3. And just start to embed it now. What harm is there to do it
with
now?
The kids? And they're not. We keep on saying kids, but like what we mean is like we mean they're not seasoned first team performers, are they? So like if you're bedding them in now, like Morgan Gibbs-White deserves the next 3 games to actually say, 100%. I don't want to go on loan. I want to stay and try and keep my place.
The way to look at it for me is this is an extension of the pre-season now because everything's finished really.
Absolutely.
So let's just go out and do our own thing. And if we get spanked 3 times, then okay, it's not ideal. But I generally don't think we would. I think we can play some decent stuff, and there's a couple of things that we need to work on, obviously, because like you say, we didn't really attack or cause them any problems till the sending off. But I think that'll come. And we started well. We just something happened where we didn't quite get into the rhythm.
It was the goal. It was a set piece. It was a set piece, wasn't it? Yeah. I completely agree with you, mate. But now here's a question, because they're going on about it on commentary about Raul Jimenez, and maybe he'll be back for the Man United game, the last game of the season. Obviously, with fans. What are your thoughts on that? Like, should we? Obviously, it's going to be a risk whenever he plays. I think that we don't know the ins and outs of the medical team and when he's going to be clear, or like obviously they've gone through so many tests with him. But in your opinion, do you think it's worth bringing him back for that one? Like, it could work out that he gets an injury in the last game of the season, and then we ain't got him for the beginning of next season.
Yeah, I think for me personally, I wrote him off ages ago. I mean, for me, I wouldn't have him anywhere near it. Yeah. The injury's had, whatever. Just forget it, mate. If he wants to be involved or whatever on the day,
stick him on the subs bench.
Stick him on the bench.
Yeah.
Stick him on the bench. Give him 10 minutes maybe if you've got it. But
like a testimonial.
But for me, what's the point? I
agree.
I don't think he needs it. I don't think the fans being there makes a blind bit of difference, really. That's just something for them to cheer, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't risk it. But I think listening to them on a New View in the week, they were saying that it's literally just the doctor's signing the bone healing now.
Yeah.
So I think he's close, but what's the point in rushing back?
I completely agree. And also, as we all know, like, training is 100% different to actually going there and playing Man United, who, are going to be, well, they're probably going to be already be in the Champions League by then. But if they're not, they're going to be well up for that. That's not going to be a friendly by any means. So I just think
the last thing you need is Slabhead Maguire giving him a
exactly
headbutt. You know what I mean?
Fat head.
No.
I agree. I just thought I'd bring it up because, like, it's just been. It's been in the media. They're making it into a massive thing, and I don't think it will be a massive thing if he does a full pre-season.
Yeah, it's all they seem to focus on. Like, we've missed well, we've
we definitely have.
November,
they're correct. Yeah.
But that doesn't. It's not going to change anything for us this season. So what's the point in doing that? Really, like you say, what if he takes a knock or he's not quite ready and he does his ankle or his knee?
Exactly. Well, that's what usually happens, isn't it? When you haven't played for a while with another injury, you get another injury on top of that with something different. So I completely agree. I think it's not worth bringing him back. Silva, why not play Silva for the last 3 games? He's done absolutely nothing wrong. And I think a full pre-season with them both together can only do good things for both. And it ain't gonna heal less, is he? If you if you have a couple of months off. So exactly. I think I completely agree. I think Jimenez needs to stay in the director's box with Neto and Johnny and who else? God knows. But yeah, I am happy with the result, and I'm happy for, like, I suppose, the fringe players that they've made their mark, and I'm chuffed for Morgan Gibbs-White because we both I say both, it's been primarily me that has been giving him a massive hard time. You've been pretty much his sole cheerleader. You really have, and fair play, man, because after that miss, it would have been such a shame.
It would have been hard for me to argue with you.
I know. But
he did play well. He did play well.
He was our man of the match. In my opinion, yeah. But he kind of fluffed up that. He did big time. But who made it? Who made that chance for him? Adama Traore. Yeah. It's no coincidence. He comes on for 20 minutes and he changes the game.
If Gibbs-White, Traore, and Silva can all link up and everything, I'm happy to be.
And Vitinha, look at that. Those 4. But that's why I think let's just sit back and just think about what's coming back. We've got like £70 million worth of players coming back with Neto, Johnny, Jimenez, probably more than that. Who knows what Johnny's going to be like when he comes.
How long are they going to be, though? Neto's not going to be start of the season, is he?
October, probably. Yeah.
So, okay.
So,
we'll see. We need some signings, though, mate.
Oh, we need about 6 or 7 signings, but I just hope he doesn't sign just for signing's sake. I know he won't, because that's. But you can have cover in positions, but you need decent cover. It's the whole Leicester argument, isn't it? Our best 11's not. It's not a million miles away from their best 11, but their squad's better.
Well, surely next season our goal is to just write what's happened off and really push. Try and. We should be
going for Europe next year.
Yeah,
and that shouldn't be a pipe dream for us. We've done it in we've done it the first year, and in another world we would have done it 2 years in a row. So I don't think with the players that we should be looking at and the money that we probably will have to spend, because I think Fosun will give us some money. We'll have to sell, and I think we'll be surprised on who does go.
Yeah, I think there'll be some surprise exits.
And everybody will be going, oh my God, this is terrible.
Somebody like Dendoncker, probably.
Yeah. Bye. I don't care if he goes. I don't care if he goes at all. He came on for like 20 minutes. He gave the ball away 4 times. Not for me, mate. Not for me.
Gone off the boil, shall we say?
He's gone off the boil. He's on his holidays, mate. He's on his holidays. Like, Den Donker for me has been shocking this season. Absolutely shocking. Wouldn't bother me in the slightest if we got rid of him. Wouldn't bother me if we got rid of Neves. Neves, Den Donker, Cody, they can all go. They can all go.
Well, it's nice to have a good positive stance on it. You know, you're not sitting on the fence. You know where you are.
I never ever sit on the fence, mate. I never do.
No, splinters up your arse.
Yeah. No. Well, maybe I'm sitting on a wooden chair. But yeah, that's the game.
I agree. I agree with you. But I think there'll be so much backlash from that if that happens.
Imagine.
Tell you what.
Can you imagine us selling Neves?
It'll be carnage. Oh.
But he can't do right for doing wrong. Like he can't. That's the thing. Like he hasn't been good enough recently. I'm going to get so much flack. We're going to get so much flack for saying that Neves has not been.
But it's the same. You're keeping him for sentiment. Oh,
absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, do you remember that? Oh, he looks like a wolf. Oh, this. You're going to have all that stuff. It's not good enough.
I agree. I completely agree.
Have any, if you want to be pushing for Europe, Champions League or whatever, top 4, top 6, you've got to make some tough decisions.
I agree.
And you've got to be ruthless, and you've got to bring in. If you're not good enough, you're not good enough.
Well, you look at the spine of that team. The spine of that team when we got into Europe was Patricio, Cody, Neves, Jimenez. That was the spot. They were always going to start. Always. And I just think Neves has got to a level which is not good enough. Jimenez has gone for this season, and Cody, I don't think has been like, he had a great first half of the season, and that's why he got into the England squad. But after he got into the England squad, I don't know what happened to him. I just don't know. Like he looks like a defender that used to be a midfielder, as opposed to the first half of the season where he looked like a proper sweeper centre back. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like his head's been turned by, the confidence thing with England and stuff. I think he's just thought, obviously I don't know, but I just think he thinks he's better than what he is. And that seems harsh, but I just think, I don't know, mate. I don't know. But I don't want to end it on a negative because we've won the game, but I just think like, we beat Arsenal with 9 men. We beat Brighton with 10 men. Like, obviously, it's their fault.
They had that guy sent off at the end. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, Mbaye, what's his name? Umpa. Pick up your jumper.
He's gone anyway.
Yeah, he did because he was arguing, wasn't he? Yeah. So basically, we beat 9 men. Yeah. But I do.
But no, more positives than negatives today.
I agree.
Chuff for NGW and on to the next game.
I agree.
Let's not try and focus on too many negatives. They are there, and there are things that need to change. But let's enjoy this one.
Oh, I'll tell you what I will enjoy as well. We've got some cracking people coming on Wandering Wolf next week.
Yes.
Oh, mate.
It should be.
We've got Scott from Sweet and Sour Soccer, and he. I believe he's a bit more Nuno out than we are. Well, it definitely is. So that'll be interesting. We're doing a quiz with him, and we'll chat to him about the season. And then, mate, on Wednesday we're talking to Bib from Talking Wolves. And if you have watched Talking Wolves, you have seen Bib. Let's just say he gets rather vocal about his dislike for Nuno, and his Twitter handle is "Get Nuno out like right now" or something. So I can't wait to chat to the Nuno outers.
That should be interesting.
It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to the quizzes, mate. But yeah,
we're gonna have to give these young lads a lesson, I think.
No, well, we'll see. Maybe they'll, tell us a few home truths that we need to be told. Who knows? It's all about opinion, isn't it? It's all about opinion.
I'm all ears. Let's have it.
I'm looking forward to it, mate. And as ever, always look forward, especially when we win, chatting to yourself. And here's onwards and upwards. 45 points in the bag. Cracking goal from MGW, and Traore was brilliant when he came on. We didn't say that. We haven't said that too often this season.
No. Credit where it's due. Credit where it's due.
Absolutely, 100% credit where credit is due. So we'll see you next time on Wandering Wolf. Nice one.
See you later.